Alright, okay, it's not so bad. Hey Solo Hero, I do apologise. Welcome to the channel. If you got any questions, matey, jump in. Gonna be an early finish today, as you'll hear me say quite a lot. I've got to take the other half to work, and I've got a nice cup of tea sitting here. So today we are on Syria. So Syria is a massive map, and I'm testing it on on my small computer that I've got specifically for doing this. Oh no. Oh dear, that's not good. I hope you'd got some level of insurance and everything else. I know and I appreciate that really does not make any difference to the losses. It just means it's a little bit easier to try and start again, do you know what I mean? Because insurance money doesn't replace possessions, especially if you've had stuff for a long time. So, other than that, does this mean you're on a phone, a tablet, a keyboard, or something like that? Right, where's the starting place on this then? Stu? Oh, he's disappeared again.
No, I got a new PC, and honestly, it's much better than my old one.
Yeah, but you can't turn around and say, oh, I'm so glad we had a fire and lost everything. Do you know what I mean? It's just circumstances, isn't it? Let's have a look. Right, it looks like there's two areas to go. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Didn't realise it was that big. If anybody wants to join in, you're welcome. Usual password, except we've got a capital. And I'm not sure where we're going to start today. I do have a cup of tea, so I've got a bit of thinking time. So, obviously, there's a couple of ships. Where's this fob? Okay, that's over on the island.
All my online accounts are a fight to regain. Worst part of it all, my friend. Losing email and phone number.
Yeah, I know. So, could you not transfer the phone number over, or are we talking landline? Yeah, one, and I take it your phone was in there, or was that a landline phone? But it is quite bad. I have no idea of the layout to this place yet at all. And here it looks like you start at one place and you just systematically go around the island. So, looks like we've already got that, which is Paphos. So I'm guessing it looks like, have we got Polis? Oh yeah, there's a fob there. Okay. That means...
It's a mess. I lost the ID. I tried to deal with it, but the company wouldn't talk to me without photo ID. By the time it was replaced, they had cancelled it and I owed the full contracts. No empathy for circumstances.
Oh, right, yeah, I see what you mean. I use something that I used to buy years ago, and I think it's free now, called OneNote. And one of the good things is about OneNote is you can have it lots of different places. So all my passwords for everything, and when I look at how many passwords I've got that I need or use, I've got quite a few pages of them. But everything, the receipts of everything I buy, everything, but it's on my phone, it's on my computer, and it's elsewhere online as well. So as long as I can get online, I can get access to all that information. Do you know what I mean? Especially for understanding all my accounts for paying bills, all the phone contracts, absolutely everything. because it's just replicated across the board and doesn't rely on physicals. Although you have it on physicals, but you can like distribute it around a bit, which is not bad for free. You can also password protect sections, and that password, because it's hashed, isn't sort of reversible, so to speak. So you can't hack into the pages. You need the password. So as long as you remember that one, you can secure the pages as you go along. Right, so I can see what's gone on here. We've got, looks like a mountain in between, although this doesn't look too far. We've moved maps and also moved servers. So basically now I am hosting the server myself, which for me, it's a bit of a relief because I've always had to contact somebody else and I am a pain in the arse, as you can imagine. And I don't mean to be. And when you sort of do something for someone, I know, you know, people help, and this guy's done this for me for a long time. And he's always been there, he's always rebooted the server, etc., because we've got no remote control over it. And he's done a really good job. So eventually I ended up sorting myself out after a few things down the line, a few weird job changes, house moves and stuff. And so this is a test. This is a massive map, as you can see. It's Syria. This thing's only got 32 gig in as well, and I want to see how it performs. But the only thing it does is runs DCS. So let's see how it goes. So according to this then, the guys who have been on the map during the week have got as far as Polis, which is this fob here. And if we select that, hey pup, hey Stu, you got as far as Polis fob?
Yeah.
It's all there.
Cool. Yeah, I see it's all updated. 3 out of 3 suppliers dropped.
So it has updated, has it?
Yeah.
We can't spawn at Polis, can we?
We might be able to. It's a fault.
THX for the tip.
It doesn't seem to.
Maybe we can't. You leave the server up 24/7 now, not just while streaming.
I do, but it will go dark.
Drop them there. Collect points there.
Right, we can, yeah, so we can't spawn there, we can just go around and pick things up, yeah, etc., drop stuff off. Okay. So I need to spawn. It's alright, I can't see the map very well now with everything over it. What's the one before the fob?
Which is Pathos.
Pathos. Okay, I'll get Pathos. There we go. Oh, why am I... Oh, there it is, you dozy Arab. What am I like? In fact, I might have had something at the fob. Yeah, I'm being an idiot, mate. I do apologise.
Cool.
Wouldn't be the first time, would it?
It happens to us all.
Not as bad as last week. I can't believe what I did in the A10. Oh my god. Yeah, the software is a bit obsolete now, but I think you can get it for free anyway. What called OneNote. And obviously you'll need some sort of possibly OneDrive account.
We went through everything we could have done to get those codes to update, apart from having the missiles that are laser guided.
Yeah. It was just ridiculous. It just caught me unawares because Anne jumped in for a while, and it's because when you said, right, set your laser codes, on the assumption I got laser, which made me then think I'd got something laser in, of course. I thought, what a plonker.
Yeah, I was going on because I saw you spawn in and I saw you had a laser guided bomb on one side, and I was thinking, right. I didn't realise that you took them off and replaced them.
Yeah, I usually just put my normals on for getting started, which is Mavs, and in that case I tried clusters because I could see it was in a valley, and I thought I could take advantage of the valley, which I did. It just missed.
Yeah, they were good spreads, them clusters, but yeah, because
slightly down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, good spreads though. If they'd have been over the top, it would have maxed everything.
So if I take some, what do I need to? I'm gonna fly the Chinook at first. Just drink me cup of tea as I go along. What do we need and where do we need it? Not that I can see it's a sort of cyclic circuit. This isn't it? You just go around the island and then into Urkan.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, so I'm gonna fly around the mountains. Is it mainly Sam's ground vehicles? I take it.
I'll get a drone up over there and we can
Ballylit
have a
said,
look.
"Oh,
All right, no worries. Hey, Bolololit. Good morning. Anyway, hello, pup. Early finish today. Got to take the old faggot to work, but when I come back, we should be able to do the next boss if you want to have a word with Sham. The other thing is I need to finish because I will watch the Star Citizen thing tonight, which is 8 till 10. And then I can do more tomorrow, I guess.
At Solar Hero, sorry for your losses, man. Happy that you're getting back on your feet again."
It's a pain in the ass. And I used to work in disasters, and you would be surprised.
Solar Hero said, "At Ballylit THX mate, what's the news on SC?"
Okay, if you want to catch up on Star Citizen, tonight, UTC 7 o'clock, so it's Zulu time, 7 till 2. This year they're not doing a weekend event like they usually do, Citizen Con. They're just doing a 2-hour presentation that's already been pre-recorded because they're still busy churning stuff and getting the thing ready for release, the single player. So that's what I would do.
Potato will get baked playing DCS.
Right, okay, so everything seems to be working. Let's jump in here, let's see what's going on.
Drones up.
Right, let's see if I can do it without gobbing it. Last week seemed to be a particular gobby day. As I'll keep pointing
I
out.
just watched and learned while saving up for a better rig.
Yeah, that's all you can do, isn't it? That's all you can do. If you've got 4K TV or 4K monitor, it looks stunning. Even now, I'm broadcasting on 4K as well as, I hope I am anyway, as well as on...
a small car control radar over at the next target area, 8.4.
Oh, really?
Elect said, "Chief
I mean,
viewers
there
on
is other
stream
stuff, but
boom.
as far as long
Com.
range,
Remove the space
tracking,
at
is that
WNZ2BXC.
Canister? Whatever one is, not very overlooking it.
I might take some stuff over.
To realise just how much I had invested in digital assets over the years. Ballylit said, "Elect summoning the hammer. Summon."
Yeah, and it's-
I was looking, I can't, why can't I see? Oh, there he is.
British even by the looks of it.
What was that, matey? Sorry?
So there's a canister or what it's called, SAM system over there.
Is that the next one or this one?
The one we're going to 1.4.
Okay.
There's quite a lot of hills for. Yeah, so there's a ridge line on the way if you're going almost a direct route that you hide behind a hill and shoot things from. You can get really close by following the valleys if you're bringing artillery, so you can probably get mortars behind. There's hills covering.
Yeah, I can see. There's a hill and there's a little valley just round to the left.
Especially when you have a family to feed.
Yeah, exactly. What I was going to say is...
Yeah, this one's really good for it. You can pretty much surround it with artillery and just pound the living daylights out of it.
No, fair enough. I'll take some arties. Disasters happen more than you think, and you'd be surprised. I mean, I've had customers who have completely flooded. I've had...
This one we're going to have trouble with MI-24s coming out though.
Nah, fair enough. I'll try and take something and some other things. I'll have a look and see. I'll ask if I need to. So basically, I've had customers who have flooded, Customers who have had somebody literally killed just on the road leading to their business, where it stops the whole business for 24 hours, going in and out, and you don't even think of that. Customers who have had their, data center computer rooms both on the same floor, where when they have a fire, they both get switched off because the power has to go on both of them. And one customer who blew up. So all these things always seem to happen to someone else, but it's surprising how much actually does happen. Power cuts, obviously, various things like that. Complete loss of SANs, which is all their infrastructure on there, usually nowadays. Even routers and everything are software based. You don't necessarily need the hardware, it's all virtualization. So it's quite fascinating. So, the thought of, it'll never happen, these things do, unfortunately. Right, okay, so I'm going down for 2, I think, and then for 5. I always get this wrong. Is it 5 and then 2? Let's try. We'll try 5 here first. So if it's wrong, it won't start. And then we'll push this switch down just for 2 seconds. And let go. And let's see what happens. Oh, that sounds good. Gonna see a little light pop on there soon saying APU ready. And then we're gonna put on the APU. Once we look down, we'll see all these screens on, a whole host of messages, which is, it says, caution summaries. Okay. So all of these will disappear by the time we've started it up, and so will these. Now I'm going to look right up onto the overhead console, switch the aft fuel, forward fuel for the left-hand engine, and the crossover feed. And we're going to roll this lever down using the mouse wheel. We can assign a switch to it, but you don't do this all the time, so why would I put a switch to it? We're then going to hold this little engine start toggle right to the left, which is engine 1. And then we're going to look down here and make sure NG for engine 1 gets up to 12 and then let go. Okay. So there's the switch. Hold it there. Okie dokie, mate. So you see the numbers 11, 12. We let go. And we'll see the rotor start. If anyone's got any questions, please feel free to ask. If you came last week, oh my God, I don't know what I was thinking. I jumped in the A10 first time for a while and then got completely confused. And I mean completely confused. That was just bizarre. Right, so once the first engine started, we let it get up to about 63 on NG, and then we can start the right hand engine. Notice that a lot of these caution summaries have now disappeared. So we do the same thing to the right hand engine, which is aft and forward fuel flow. We wind the fuel pump down to ground, and then we're going to hold this to the right now, look at the numbers, and wait till NG for number 2 is up to 12 and let it go. Okay, and then we wait, and that means I can start on my cup of tea. If anyone has got any questions, just jump in and ask. I might not be able to answer it, but usually there's somebody who can on channel. I'll be finishing about 1 o'clock, taking the other half to work. I was supposed to start about 8 o'clock, but yeah, that didn't happen, did it? And it wasn't because I went to bed late. It was because I woke up stupid early and then decided I wanted a cup of tea, and then went back to sleep again, as you do. And I have had a shower since, so this is my wide awake voice. It's just hoarse because I've been coughing again. It looks quite warm over here, doesn't it? Right, I'll just carry on with the startup, finish my cup of tea, which is the main thing. So once the engines are both up, we're now going to wind these up to flight mode, and you'll hear the engines spooling up even more and the RPM increasing, and we literally just roll it over on both. Okay, so they're both running up the same. So now we can start switching on some of the gens. So we've got generator 1 and generator 2. Always remember to switch these on, because if you don't, as soon as you switch this off, everything will stop electronically. So we're going to switch this off. We don't need the APU anymore. We're going to put the backup power on. And we need to switch off the crossover, which is this one that I switched on at the beginning, and that's it. So this has started. Okay, a few more things to do. So if you notice on this white page, it's going on about that the egg is available. So if we go to this screen on our left and click power, there's the EGGY switch. We click it once and then twice, and the same for EGGY 2. EGGY is Embedded GPS Inertial Navigation System. We're going to put the RWR on. That's a little bit quiet today, isn't it? Let's see if I can get that a little bit louder. Options. Try audio, huh? I think it's this one. Oh, again, pup. New PC, mate. No, it's still too quiet. Let me just try one other thing. Let's pop down to here. Trouble is, this... Is it that? Or is it just in game? No. Or it might be I've got it too quiet on my other mixer. Let's leave this down, because when people follow and stuff, it gets really loud, which is a pain. Okay, no worries. I'll just have to pretend I can hear it. Okay, so can we pick up direct off the fob at this location? Okay. So the other things we need to do then is the trimming system. Just leave this set as default and it's on auto, and then turn this round to both. The whole handling of the helicopter will change once you do that. If you don't have this switched on, you'll find it a little bit wallowy. I don't think the helicopter's still there, according to one of the guys who flies with us, who is a pilot, not necessarily of this, but some of the handling doesn't feel right, especially the way it VRS is, but no doubt that will be sorted. We've also got the countermeasures, and that will go on bypass. Now the only thing I need to know is what controls did I set for my trim, and it is this. Left and right, okay, that's what I thought. And what is going to be my joystick button 3? Which one's button 3? Is it that? Nope. That? Nope. That? Yes. Okay. So that's my actual trimmer button. Fine. So where's my countermeasures? Trimmer reset. Really? That's a default. I haven't done that. Looks like I haven't bothered setting any countermeasures yet. Hey Barbie. Right. That's gone quick, is it not, Barbie? Right, let's open this. Oh. Come on, open. Nice. Why is that not opening? I've just done this. There it is. External cargo. Oh, external cargo hook. Ah, that's why it's not opening. It's that button, you daisy bugger. That one. There you go. So this is a multi-stage open, and you can set it so you open each stage individually, but to be honest, that's a complete pain in the ass, so I'd rather have it just open once. There we go. So let's have a look on CTLD. And manage crates, get crates. Sam AA. That's 2 crates. Crate, no, some 1 crate. Are these crates here just one crate for a whole hawk site, for instance? If you're there, Stu. Yeah, but if you look, it says crate hawk site, 1 crate. Or is it just... Ah, right, yeah, I see. That, it just surprised me. Let me just turn up the... can you give us the voice level again, please? Yeah, that'll do, thanks. You can... Yeah, I can hear that fine. Let's go back and let's have a look about troops. Manage troops. So, load troops. Other, what do I want? Squad, platoon, anti-air soldiers. Oh, 100. We'll get... a mortar squad. Boarded, okay. Yeah, we haven't got much money, have we? We've only got 322. Yeah, I've just put 1 mortar squad in. I can't really put more than that. Otherwise there'll be nothing for anyone else. Alright, I'll just take it over anyway and we'll have a look. Right, so where we're going, right, is somewhere over to here so that we can mortar these. What's the range of the mortar, guys?
About 3 kilometres.
So
there's plenty of places to sneak in behind the actual... hello, Rick. There's plenty of places to sneak in behind.
Yeah, there's something that looks to the south. Looks like there's some hills just over there, which should bring it within range by the looks of it. Yeah, should be good. Or over here.
When you get over here, like you'll see like so many different ravines and valleys around the area that you'll be able to make a better sort of more informed choice.
Whether I can land it, I want to try and land it and give them a bit of height, but not be overexposed. We'll have a look.
Well, what they do is they contact the JTAC and they get their range and targeting information from the JTAC drone. Right,
okay, so basically I can put them down behind this little hill and they should pop over it, shouldn't they?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, so looking at this, we can pop them.
Good morning, peeps. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, no worries, matey. We should be able to pull it over here. So let's put a little circle so I know where I'm going. And we'll go on a jolly over some hills and see if we can get there without getting killed. Right, it's not that far from here to here. Always looks it on a map, but as you can see, we're talking 18 miles or so. And if that's in miles, this needs to be... Yeah, they've only got a 3. So I need to get a little bit closer, don't I? They've only got a 3K range. So somewhere in this valley instead then, perhaps. Right, where am I headed? 77 degrees, not that I can ever read the bloody instrumentation. And we'll switch that on, we'll put the overlay on, we'll put the map on. And I'm basically going 77 degrees, I think. We'll just fly over there and say, hello, matey, you alright? So I'm hoping that 77 is slightly to my left, and it is where I think it is. It just wants to take off. Yeah? Everything working still? Anyone read those numbers? Because I can't. Oh, that's a bit far. Oh, shut up with your supplies, Jesus. No more crashes, and you do... I know you're on call, so tonight you're going to be busy. There you go, Glyn. Hope you're well, matey. But you got the Star Citizen thing on tonight for 2 hours, 8 till 10 yam, and it might be worth you watching just to give you an idea of where they are and what's coming. And Lisa's moaning because she's been told she's got to get an Uber back from work because of it. But there's nothing wrong in that. Yeah, I would definitely. And just see where they're going. You watch, I'll come out of there. Find I'm going in the wrong place totally. But a new piece of scenery. Let's hope I can get these troops down there and loaded. Thought you was the what of my life? Can you hear this saggy naggy in the background? She has one job, make the tea. Right. She's chuntering. Yeah, you're right. And she's got a new joystick as well. Yeah, it is the AI. Barbie's asked... Can you hear this in the background? Probably not over the noise of this. She's not happy because she's got to get a taxi home. What she says, I'll try and translate. What she said was, but what she says is Chris Roberts. Oh, she's got one. She just hasn't used it yet. She's only had it, 3 months. But the trouble is, her job's a bit silly, and she games, but she's still playing all the Assassin's Creeds. Yeah. I mean, she's got an Apache, and she's got Black Shark, I think. But we haven't transitioned out of the Huey yet. Right, a little bit more, right? Syria is such a nice map, but it's massive. Yeah. Yeah, she does that. She does that as well. But she's got her own PC. She's got her own computer room. She's got 3 monitors, right? She's got all the equipment she needs. She's got Thrustmaster throttle, and she's just replaced her joystick. So she's got DCS. She's also got Star Citizen and other games. And she's got VR as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I was coming round back to you, Glyn, as well. How are you, matey? Out of 10, are you round about a 7, an 8? I keep pushing the wrong button. Oh, look where I'm going. It is quite hilly, isn't it? There's a few flickery trees. Can you see? Looks like a little bit of, is it Z fighting or just the shadows? How's this look from outside? Could have been better if it was the darker green instead of being like these colours. It stands out a bit, and the little men are going to see it. Oh, it's okay, don't want to go too steep. Hey, Stingy! Lisa shouted Stingy. I don't know whether she's doing her hair or in the bath, Sting. Oh, she's doing her hair because the whale noises have stopped. Pardon? Oh. And she said she called you Stingy, not Stingy. Man, there's a guy at work, right? We found some biscuits we'd never heard of, and they are really quite nice. Took them to work, and this guy and this other guy, both Yorkshiremen, they're really nice, you know. You can dip them in a cup of tea, they don't fall apart. And I said I'd never heard of them, and they're called Abernethy, and they Sims Abernethy, and they're from Scotland. And he says, where'd you get these from? As soon as I said Waitrose, that was it, man. Waitrose? I don't go to Waitrose. And that was it. I had a big lecture on not shopping at Waitrose. I waited till he finished and then told him they were 80 pence. And he went, oh, that's not so bad. Sounds about right, eh, Stingy?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been to Waitrose.
It's on the way home shop when we get towards the weekend. Like, I'll pop round after dropping her off to grab something for tonight. It's one of those shops, but you have to be careful because you suddenly find you're spending more money than you want. Very careful.
20% discount on a Tuesday
That's
Oh.
what I noticed. It's a really nice set from attempt to buy.
Oh yeah, but I tell you what, the quality of the stuff at Waitrose sometimes is really, really good, and that's the problem. And if you're hungry when you go and you're pointing like, oh, that looks nice, you end up spending 30 or 40 quid for a snack, and you just think, what? You can pay, right? And this is something that I never even noticed. Sometimes I'll do like a mixture of a sort of Greeky salad and Italian, sort of a bit mix of various things. And there's some really nice balsamic vinegar. And it's thick and syrupy, so, you know, use it for dipping in olive oil, right? I didn't notice that the balsamic vinegar was 15 quid a bottle. And then I thought, what the hell, why is my bill so much? And I looked online to see if it was cheaper. 15 quid for a bottle of balsamic, that apparently on the back it says, also good with ice cream. And you're like, what? But it is nice.
Unknown. 11 o'clock.
Used to be enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really expensive, isn't it? Culinary shopping. I need to get down here and down to the left. I need to start slowing down as well. Scenery is good. I know it's all hilly and trees and things, but it's not micro stutters. Do you know what I mean? Well, it might be on stream. I don't know. And that's what I like, is there's no micro stutters. I see so many videos and so many things, and always stuttering. I can't see any of that at the moment. I don't know what it's like on stream. You'd have to tell me. Right, there's my spot. Let's try and slow down. Let's go around here, because it looks like it'll be easier. If anyone does want to come on, Barbie or anyone, the password has a capital at the front and the rest is lowercase. So it's the same password as before, but now it's a capital. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. There's a few people on already. As I pointed out earlier, I will only be on till about 1ish today. I've got to drop her off at work. So last week I got cups of tea all through my stream. This time I'll get cups of tea, but I've got to finish early. The beauty is the server will be on all the time, so it should be available. Well, let's try slowing down and let's see if I can actually stop without gobbing it, otherwise I've killed the men. It's got to be down here somewhere. I slightly left a little bit, otherwise I'm going to fly straight into them. I think it might be over here. Is that the lake in front of me? There is a bit of water. I need to go left. You need coffee? I started drinking the coffee at work, and they've got one of these, I think it's a Starbucks machine or Costa machines, and it's free. So when I make it at home, I have a double espresso, and I always drink cappuccinos. At work, I don't know what's in the coffee, but I'll have one when I get to work. We'll go for a 9 o'clock meeting, then I'll have another one. And I look at my watch and my heart rate. Okie dokie. I literally, looked at my watch and my heart rate was running up at 100. Ah, right, yeah. So yeah, my heart rate goes like racing up. So I've had to be careful. Some of the medication I'm on, and coffee, apparently causes that, which I didn't know. But I was really gobsmacked. So it pushes my heart rate up to 100. Normally, me at rest is like 50. And that's because of my age. But it's relatively, when I'm not doing anything, quite low. If I go for a walk, I can get it up to 130, depending on how fast I walk, but that's exercise. Yeah. Now, normally, coffee, I mean, okay, it's a stimulant, but I've never had an effect from coffee, keep me awake or anything. When I was an apprentice, I used to have a 15-minute tea break. I would drink a mug of black coffee with no sugar and no milk, right? And then drop off to sleep for the remainder of that 15-minute break. And it's never had any impact, but must be, as I said, it's a medication clash, I think. I like, unfortunately, the ciders and the wines. I forgot what they're called. The mulled cider, mulled wine. So I think I was aiming for that gap over there, but I probably need to check first. There's a little towny place. I think it's over this one. It's just these guys, I don't want to put them too far away, so I'll check before I let them out. And this here, what the hell? Is this enemy down here? Don't tell me I'm that close that I'm... This is a airport, isn't it? Don't think it's being used. Better not be used. Just intrigued to what this is down here.
Magnum.
So what I'll do is just try and get these troops round the corner, give them some cover from where this is, and make sure they're within range before I let them go. Camel coming in today, Stu. How is he? How is he at the moment? Is he getting better?
I finally got the lead
Yeah,
now
yeah.
is
I think
learning
so. I
to
said he was going to be
He's
coming
a
today, but he has been infected with
Oh, Battlefield 6 syndrome.
Yeah, it looks like a bad one. It could be. I think it's worse than a COVID.
Good morning. He's too old for Battlefield 6 unless he's a medic. Does he realise that?
I'm not saying anything. I know I'm too old.
Yeah, I can play a medic, no problem at all, but my sort of shooting days are over. You're right, so you're enjoying the A10. That's the A10C2, I take it you've got, yeah? So what I want to do is drop these guys off just over there without
Magnum.
gobbing me chopper. Oh mate, you're going to be on learning time for a long time. As I pointed out before, you know, I've spent 60 hours with a guy spread over 6 months, and then the rest of the time was for him to practice before he could get a good grip of it. There's so many little things. In fact, to be fair, there's a lot of things that I don't use that I'm aware of, but people just won't use it. Do you know what I mean? Just tiny sort of little things. I might go as far as going on to wind correction and how to change you know, various settings on bombs and things depending on the situation, weather, etc. But there's so many little things in there that I think is pointless trying to teach, because it'll just get wasted. People won't bother with it, and even then there's still a hell of a lot. I want to get these guys down here, tuck them in just by this road, by these trees with a bit of luck. And that should, unless that's the air base we want to bomb, give us some level of cover. I think it's just over those hills. Yeah, it is, I think.
Knowledge doesn't take up space.
It's just a hell of a that's a sudden load of collective I've had to put in there. Let's try and put them down here.
Magnum.
There we go, I've got control of this now. As you can see, just got to come down. Gobbing it.
So Harry said, everyone having no sure about that. Then said, yes.
3. Make up for last week, so before I drop them off. Oh, I'm over a little bit, aren't I? Shit. Still, never mind if they're within range. 3.3 clicks. So is
it's just at the far side of the airbase you guys are at.
Yeah. Oh, that's better. From the front edge, they'll be fine. Let's let them out. You know how many years it's taken for the blades to have an effect on the grass? In fact, even to have grass. Right. Let's go and get rid of the troops. Bother. CTLD. Manage troops. Drop troops. Drop all troops. Okay. So hopefully that's within range. I'm just going to move over there a little bit. Well, there's cows. There's not goats, but there are cows. The trouble is if you put a load of goats over here, I've seen on videos what happens, so maybe not, for the goat's sake. Let's just move a touch over, so... Oh no, still got bloody... Still got little doodads there. I want to make another cup of tea. And have you finished your hair yet? Oh, she might have done. That might mean I'll get AI bot to make the tea. Oh, that wasn't very good, but hey ho. So what I wanted to do was let's have a little look there. Oh bloody hell. Didn't want to go there. Let's go down here. So there's the JTAC. There's my little mortarmen. And... No, that's the wrong button. That's why. Stupid idiot. I think it's Shift, Control, Shift, F11.
No stew today, Mel?
Hey, Camel. Yeah, Stu's in. You're right, matey. Apparently, I restarted the map, and the 3 bases that you've taken are all taken, which is a good thing. I can't remember. I can't remember the bloody keys to get to 12. That's possibly what it is. Can't remember the keys to get down to where I want to get. I do apologise. Just getting old. It's my excuse. So I'm waiting for them to start firing. Let's get rid of this. It's this bloody keyboard that throws me a little bit because I don't have half the keys. And all my function keys are on functions. So I'm pressing extra keys and of course I forget. How long does it take the mortars to fire? I've got MI8 coming after me as well. He may shoot my guys. Let's get out of the way. We'll outrun the MI8 possibly. Now, on the way back, there's a fob, although it's not that direction. How are you anyway, Mr. Camel? How's your COVID going? How are you feeling? And I hear from Stu that you have caught something else as well, which it's not good, is it, if you're just recovering from one thing? Still going in a funny direction, but Can't see on the map. Let's put that on there.
I'm okay. Still a little blocked up, but
Oh, good, matey. But is this other thing affecting you much? Pardon? Yeah, apparently you got battlefield fever. That gets in the way of things. No, this is a Chinook. Last week's A10 was a disaster. I think I'm more with it today. Less confused. Have you? Did you buy your A10 in the end? And have you tried it yet? Am I going the right way? Yeah, that's good enough, isn't it? How are you getting on with it? It's really nice. Once you can get to the point where you don't have to think, unlike last week, it's quite relaxing because it's not moving fast. You've got time to think about stuff. And once you know your way around the controls, it's not so bad. It's only when you forget stupid stuff. Okay. When I first started with it, there was a few people that started me off on doing DCS training type style stuff, and I think there was about, I don't remember whether there was 4 or 6 of us, and they could all fly the thing, but they could all only fly the guns. Oh, the T-pod. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I sort of explain it, but explain it, and I explain depending on what it is I'm trying to do with it, if you see what I mean. So usually I'll explain as I go along. I might get round to doing some training. My biggest problem at the moment is time, due to work, due to Lisa's work. So I come home at between 6:30 and 7 o'clock at night, then I have to go and pick Lisa up. So it works. Right. So it works, does it? The same. The targeting pod is not that difficult. The biggest thing to understand... right. The biggest thing people get wrong with a targeting pod on the A10, and it's probably the same on other stuff as well, is once you've set your targeting pod, right, and stuck it somewhere, it will remain there until you tell it not to be there. So what I mean by that is if you're coming in to, say, blow a tank up, right, and your targeting pod is pointing at the tank, you've got your spear at the tank, and you move the spear around and it follows the spear. When you then change waypoints or anything, people forget that it is now not tethered to the waypoint. Look where I'm going. And as a consequence, wonder what's going on. So you have to tell it to go and align with waypoints / points, mark points. Otherwise it stays back on the last target. The other really, really useful thing is when you've blown something up and you're going to look for another target, the chances are that the target is where or nearby the last thing you blew up. So you'll find an automatic mark point created called mark point Z, or yeah, Z, that's how you say it properly. And as a consequence, you can go straight back to it and then do your searching from there. But once you've put the targeting pod somewhere, right, it will stay there until you tell it not to. Yeah. Yeah, so China hat forward, well, basically all you've got to do is switch to mark points, select mark point Z, right? And then you can basically go to it. However, you won't go to it if you haven't done a China hat aft long, which then resets the targeting pod right back to mark points and waypoints. Otherwise, it just stays where you tell it. And the other thing people do is, if you say, you imagine you've got a watchtower, right? It gets very easy to believe that the targeting pod is pointing at what you can see, and it isn't. And whilst that sounds a little bit odd, what I mean by that is that the targeting pod looks from a straight line of where you are until it hits the floor. Any object between you and that thing hitting the floor is irrelevant.
East of you,
Oh yeah. However, just bear in mind that just because you can doesn't mean to say you should, because you find the handling goes. So you can really go over the top. But the problem is, you shouldn't ideally. So just keep an eye on the weight. You can get away with it and it flies like a buzz. And then as it drops fuel, then it flies better. The other thing that's nice about it is when you lose munitions off one of the wings, it doesn't suddenly turn into a giant roll. And I don't mean like a bread roll. It doesn't sort of have so much impact on it. It's so stable. So back to my watchtower. If you're going to blow something up, imagine you draw a line through the centre of that model and across from the floor. CBU 97s, yeah. Do you know how to do wind correction? The problem with the 97s is they'll be affected by wind and where you're dropping them from. So when you drop them, the missile or the canister will blow with the wind and be impacted as it drops down.
You've got two MiG-29s coming up on your left-hand side.
And as a consequence, it pushes your munitions off. Then when you drop the canisters, right, obviously it will drift with the wind of the it'll drift with the wind because they're on parachutes. So with the 97s, right, the 105s are exactly the same bomb with a tail kit, and that tail kit is wind. They're called WICMIDs, and it's wind corrected munitions device. And what that means is that when you drop the bomb, you don't have to worry too much about being on a line or in a specific alignment. You can afford to drop it and it will get there, providing it's got enough height to be able to adjust the tail fins and guide it to the target. So with the 97s, I think that WICMID kit used to be something stupid like $130,000. But with the 97s, you can use something called wind correction using the LAST. And the LAST is a low altitude safety target enhancement. And that will calculate where the bomb's going to drop, irrespective of where you are, what speed you are, and what height you are. So if you tell it to drop there, that's where your main canister will go. And then you lower the height of function on the actual bombs themselves so they'll burst at 900 feet instead of 1800 feet, which is the default. And what that will do is give you a much more precise and smaller circle. And using wind correction, yeah, but then excuse me, apologies, but with the 97s the bomb themselves will drift, so it just makes them a little bit less accurate. If you switch to the 105s and you use the wick mids and then drop it to 900, you'll find it's a lot more accurate. I need to get lower here, but I started to cough and had to mute my mic. Let's get down. Getting down's always the weird point, isn't it? A little bit too less of collective. Even when you're quite low and you'll drop like a brick, as we found last week. So if that was a little bit of gobbledygook for you and a little bit too heavy, let me know, because I do specifics on using the last to manage the 97s better. Countermeasures are a lot simpler than you think. There are semi-automatic, automatic countermeasures, and you never ever use them. At one point we used to have to program the countermeasures, and it was usually program A or B, which will drop flares or chaff. They rejigged the A10C, so your countermeasure switch. Hey Dingo Tactical, thank you very much, and welcome everybody. So the countermeasure switch on the A10C is very simply push it to the left and you'll drop either flare or chaff, push it to the right and you'll drop the opposite, so you don't need to worry about it, and it'll be a quick burst, and you don't need to do any more with the countermeasure system in terms of programming or setting anything than you need, and you always keep it on manual. Hey Dingo, how are you? Thank you very much. Have I got any yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, when you press it down, the Z button, that is your that is switching on your jammer, and your jammer has a SAM 1, a SAM 2, an air-to-air. Oh, someone's done it already, thank you. There's me trying to do it. Right, let's have a look. So the guys are still out there, pups over there. I may as well go over and jump in something else. That's fine, no worries. Thank you very much. I'm always the same, I'll pass over when I've got to go. Thank you very much. Ah, is that where you come from? Yeah, cheers, thank you very much. And thanks, Camel, for the shout. Okay, so welcome to everybody from Dingo Tactical. That's absolutely fine. And thank you for the raid. Whilst, what were you playing, by the way, was raiding? What? Let's have a look. It does tell me somewhere, does it not? I can't see what you were playing. Tactical. Oh, he was doing DCS World. That's even better, isn't it? Anyway, welcome everybody. I've just jumped in a Chinook earlier on, or Chinook, and just dropped off some mortar guys that are sitting over here, over the target. I'm now going to jump out of this and jump into...
He's in a 10-man now.
Oh, is he? Oh, right, okay. Has he been helping you out? Gonna jump into the Shark 3. Okay. I'll put some weapons on.
I picked a bit up watching his stream, yeah.
No, good. Well, as I said before, you know, I'm off for a week soon, actually, Camel. And Lisa's going away to see her dad and her sister. Saturday, Sunday, Monday she'll be back. But I know she'll be gaming all week. So if you fancy some A10 stuff, you're going back to work next week? Oh man, I finish on Friday. Friday this week coming, and then I've got a week off. And I could have given you a whole day, but your head wouldn't have necessarily stood it. No, that's fair enough. I know. Is this helping you, mate, out? Let's go and get my weapons. So what I'm going to do is get the Vickers. It's also got anti-air on. I don't want those really, so we'll get rid of them. By the time you've prepped them and done everything, you know, the guy you're trying to shoot's gone. Let's change. What have we got as a skin? Desert. Standard. I like the way some of the East Europeans and Europeans use a T because of the way we say duh, and theirs is more of a T. We'll put that one. Say okay, and we'll go through the startup. Everything I will go through the startup at least once. If anybody needs me to repeat something, please ask. Because I'd rather one person ask for a repeat to get it into their head than everybody can roll their eyes as much as they like. The point is someone's learning, and it's encouraging somebody to hopefully take more part in DCS than currently happens.
You from behind.
I'm sorry, was I muted it? Yeah. I coughed earlier and forgot to unmute. Excuse me, I'm going to cough again. Okay, so what I was saying, I do apologise, I was talking to you guys. I'm just jumped out to that. I'm going to jump into the Shark 3, which is subtly different to the Shark 2. Fundamentally, it's the same with a few extra systems. There's 3 weapons stations, which doesn't exist on a Shark in real life ever. There was a bit of an issue where the Russians suddenly withdrew permission for them to do the upgrade that they were planning on doing. So some of the systems aren't in there. And imagine you run a business and you've basically spent all these hours building models and developing, and then someone pulls the plug on you. So what they did is carried on with a model, finished it, and then added a bit extra on. So it's a bit of a bastard Shark, really. You know, it's got something it never had, and it's added bits to systems, but we still don't have the stuff we really wanted, which is infrared, basically, where we can do black and white hot. So it's all visual stuff. Any experience with account recovery? Are we talking about DCS? I assume you've got no copies of any receipts because
Solar Hero said DCS, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, right, okay. So if you look at a bank statement and go back, right, what I would do is get a bank statement where you've paid something, right? And then find the date and find the detail, send them an email, tell them what's happened,
I'm passing you on the right.
right? And ask them if they can change the password on your account.
Rifle.
Tell them what happened.
Stream and everything crashed.
I've just had a connection drop. And the whole thing, because I spotted TeamSpeak went off. I think YouTube's back up and running. And my stream's gone as well. Stream's back.
Yeah, stream's back.
Is the server still up?
No,
Got kicked out. It's still showing in the server browser though.
Yeah, I think what's happened is comms dropped. Hi guys, I think my comms just dropped a little bit there. Let me just check. I don't think the server went. I think there was a hiccup on comms somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going back into the server again. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you might be. Okay. So I think my provider hiccuped somewhere along the line, or I hope that's all that happened.
Hello, camera.
Hey Mel, you know your stream's gone down?
Yeah, it's all back again now. Looks like there was a comms blip. Because I noticed YouTube flickered, audio went down. I looked round, all the stream had stopped and everything. So it's not my computer end, it's the obviously my connection somewhere or somewhere down the line. So I forgot what I was talking about. God, was anyone listening? Oh yeah, I was explaining to you Solo Hero. I'm not sure where it dropped, but I was saying if you've got some details on your bank account where you can go back and look and see when you bought something from DCS, assuming you bought it from them direct and not Steam. Right. I assume everything has stayed exactly where it was. It shouldn't have disappeared.
Yeah, it looks
said,
like-
what modules do I need to join this server, Mel? I already joined TeamSpeak.
Hey, have you? Oh, you're down the bottom. Make sure you're on push to talk, right? And I'll pull you up. You can come and say hello. Whatever you do, don't be on voice activation, or have a mute button when you're not talking, because that turns into a bit of a nightmare. Hi, you got another viewer in with us. This is Syria map.
Morning, Jim.
Hello, Sham. This is the Syria map. I've lost track.
Kev said, greetings 07.
Hey, hello, Kev. Let's put these things back on there. That's back on there. I hadn't even got it started. There we go. Make sure the weapon's on. Hey, yeah. Have you got the password at the moment for the server? It's a Syria map, so you need Syria. You'd need a minimum of 32 gig, and I would recommend more if you've got it.
No, I don't have the password, and no, I don't have the Syria, but I can get it.
Okay, can somebody poke him, please, with a password, if you don't mind? It'll just be a little bit easier than me trying to switch out again, if you can. If you can't, don't worry. You got TeamSpeak? That's amazing. Most people struggle with it.
Yeah, I used to
Because
use
most
it in the
people-
past.
Yeah, he probably used it like I did Mel about 30 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And the internet was
What you saying?
They've older than 30 years, to be honest, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is, Sham. Speaking of which, Sham, I've got to drop Lisa off and I've got to go early, so If you're up for doing the next boss, when I come back, I've got a few hours before the Star Citizen thing.
Don't even think we know where the next one is.
Yes, we do.
I found it.
So Harry said, okay, that's enough ads for me.
Have you got adverts again? So basically, I think you should do it with as long as you can sort of prove some of the modules you've bought in terms of when you bought them, and you should know what you bought. And if you just write them a nice email, you should be absolutely fine.
Syria map all the time?
No, we change maps. Syria is one of the biggest and hardest map in terms of, your equipment. So basically, it is a big map, and we're not on it all the time. But it is a really nice map because you can have so many situations there. It's got a mix of everything. This is a mission that we've recently just started. It's also a persistent mission, and with a bit of luck, it'll be running 24/7. So once you know what the password is, you're welcome to come in anytime. Just beware that it's quite difficult if there's just one person sometimes. You might find you're going to get blown up or killed a lot. Let's have a look at the map. Yeah.
You get blown up or killed a lot when there's more people on.
Oh, yeah, by the people who are playing with you mean?
Yeah.
So that's still over there. So basically, it was just a bit of a network hiccup. Hopefully, and that was it. So everything else has restarted itself or never finished. It just hiccuped on comms. Right, so this is the Black Shark 3, as I was saying. Very, very similar to the 2. It may be that the guys made a setting on the server that means you don't have to do alignment. But on the Black Shark 3, you normally have to do alignment, and I'll point those differences out as I start up. So if we look at the right knee, we can see where the batteries are, and we need to switch on battery 1 and 2, not necessarily in that order. Okay, we then turn round to the right elbow and look on the back wall. And then down at the right elbow, you see this Ekran hydraulic transmission switch, and we switch that down. You now look back at the front, and you'll see the master caution flashing. We can just click it. Now, this is where it changes. On the Shark 2, you turn round and you press INU, and then you carry on. However, on the Shark 3, you don't do that yet. So what we'll do here is we go down to the step after that, switch on the KO41. We're going to switch on the Abris, which is here. We're going to turn round to the right, and we're going to switch on the fuel flow. So it's forward, aft, and fuel QTY. So that switches on the fuel flow for the engines. We need to start up the APU, so the APU also needs fuel. It's got its own switch. We're going to switch that up, and then notice that you can't put this flap down until that switches back down. If we look over to the left hand side, this is the APU basically indicator. At the moment there's one green light, and that's telling me that the fuel valve is open. So we're going to start the APU. So we're going to press start, and then we're going to move the rotor brake to the down position. This will spool up to about 6.5, 7, and then this light's going to light up to tell us the APU is ready. Now, very often when I jump into a Shark, you cannot see this lever because it's that dark, and this is dark, so you can't see it. I'd love one, please, cock. Aye, Lisa. So here you can see the sun shining on it, so it gives you a chance to see my knob there. Okay, so you make sure it's down after that button. If you don't do that, what will happen is when you go to start the engines, you'll find they won't start properly because the rotor is on a brake. If we go around now, we're going to look at the rear right panel here on the wall, and we're going to switch left hand EEG, and then we're going to switch on the fuel left engine. We're going to turn back, and we're going to use this multi-position toggle switch, right, to go down to the left-hand side. So by default, it'll be in the middle. Okay, you can see it goes in lots of different positions. By default, it's there, and the start button starts the APU. When you click one more click, it's here. So the start button starts the left-hand engine. And we're going to move back. We're going to press the button for a second or two. And you'll see needle number 1, or left-hand engine, drop. As that drops, when it gets to the number 2, which is 20% RPM, we're then going to switch up the left-hand engine cutoff. And you'll notice the left-hand engine exhaust gas temperature starts to increase. That tells you you've got a good engine start, okay? So you can see the engine RPM now increasing. And it'll keep going until it's round about 70% RPM, which is the engine idle speed. So when it stops, right, we can then start the right-hand engine. Okay, now before I start the right-hand engine, what I'm going to do is switch on the intercom switch, which is here on this panel, right knee, on the side wall, the lower left switch. And then I'm going to switch on the voice warn.
There's 2 armoured vehicles left, the rest is infantry.
And what that means is that instead of being told to watch ekran, which is the messaging you get, this will now be read out, right? We'll get a better message. So that's why you switch the voice warn. So we're going to start the second engine. So again, right-hand engine, EEG, which is the electronic engine governor. Right-hand engine, fuel flow. Okay. I can put that back down there. We're going to hit the switch to the right-hand engine. And then we're going to hit the button there again. And again, we're going to move back. And we're going to watch this needle. And when it gets to number 2...
I was waiting for my Friday night message from you, Stu, but it never came.
Oh, Stu! Right. And we switch that on.
And I said, see you in the morning.
Should see this go round, which it is.
Yeah, I didn't recognise it. Last time I knew the word, so you're right. Stu will message me when it's
Thanks,
on.
darling. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, you put some lipstick on just to bring me a cup of tea? See, you have got Battlefield fever.
Oh, I get lost in that game now. I used to be competitive in Battlefield. I used to play a lot of scrims and stuff back in Battlefield 3 days.
Yeah.
A Battlefield game since Battlefield 3, and then when I brought my new CPU, I got a free copy of it. So I was like,
Okay, and can I ask a question? Because I used to do the same stuff. I used to do Far Cry 2 multiplayer and Battlefield 2. Battlefield 3 was just multiplayer. But yeah, I used to do competitive and competitive squad and competitive armour. But I just wondered, are you a medic by any chance now?
yes, always.
I thought you might be. Were you a medic when you were younger, or a shooter?
So when I was playing competitive, when I was running a gun and doing scrims, I was always support, assault, which was
Yeah.
medic class.
Yeah.
And then when I started playing competitively, I got into sniping, and I don't mean like 200 or 300 meter. I'm talking like
Yeah, proper sniping.
100,000, yeah. Then in Battlefield 4, I was number 3 in the world, I think it was, number 2 in the world for the longest shot.
Mm.
And then I kind of stopped playing it. Like I'm terrible at it now. I've just got too old. eyesight's not good enough. I don't need-
That's sorry, you don't need to go anymore, because that's exactly what I thought, which is why I thought you might be a medic.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it. I don't have the reaction time, and the same reasons. I'm a very good medic when I'm a medic, but I can't do, shoot for shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bizarre, isn't it? And it's like the Babby when he plays. He was competitive COD, but he was one of these annoying little Burks that would jump up and do everything in front of you, and then still no scope you in the middle of your eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Rifle?
The problem now, though, Mel, is that now it's all cross-platform is, like once upon a time, if you put a PC gamer against a console gamer, it was demo, because mouse aiming was so much more accurate.
Yeah.
But put auto aim, so all you have to do is get your crosshair somewhere close to a person.
Oh, you're joking.
And it's next to whoever it is.
That's pathetic. That's just arcaded it too much, hasn't it?
It's only on the console side though. It's only for Xbox and it's only for PlayStation. If you use the controller on your PC, then yeah, it'll work on there also. But yeah, it's got auto aim, which is
Pathetic. At least with GTA 5, you could go on a server that had auto aim on, or change the type of server you joined where it didn't. And when we used to play, it took us a while to work that one out, because we couldn't understand how people were headshotting us all the time. And it's because there was a slightly easier version of a server which we didn't realise. But yeah, that's just pointless having multiplayer. And people with controllers should realise that everything's sort of babyfied for them. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that would be rather annoying, to be fair.
It is annoying, because normally one-on-one and it just snaps across you straight to you when they zoom in. They've just about got perfect aim.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I bet that won't last long in terms of, mixed servers. It'll be switched down to PC or not.
I haven't found it yet. I'm not sure if there's an option to turn off crossplay. I kind of hope there is, because I'm sick of playing against console players with auto aim.
Yeah, it's probably a server switch in the options, I would imagine. Right, so what...
The game itself, it runs so good, and I find myself running around because there's, you have your presets, right? You have low, medium, high, ultra. Well, Battlefield have gone on further now for all the modern hardware. They've gone low, medium, high, ultra, overkill. And if you put it on the overkill mode, it is the most gorgeous game I've ever laid eyes on.
So are you running around looking at rocks and tree bark and stuff?
Yes.
Like I used to, and get criticised for it, and I'm thinking of sham. It was always, oh look, Mel's found a rock to look at.
But I'm like, running around, looking around, and this is looking good. Next one, bang, shot in the face. Oh,
Yeah.
Running around looking at it, it's just so good looking.
Yeah. It's not enough though, is it, to make it an enjoyable game, and that's the problem.
It is the best version of Battlefield, I think, since Battlefield 4. By far.
I just like 2 with the SAS mod.
I played Bad Company 2, played the head count of that game.
Yeah. Right. Just one moment, because my helicopter's waiting. I have to get it started.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is, sorry about that, but it's topical, is move the throttles up to work mode. When I move the throttles up to work mode, we're going to hear quite a few messages. There's no buttons, so we're just going to basically page up twice.
Electrics on battery. Doppler navigation system failure. Now data.
Okay, so electrics on battery, Doppler navigation system, no nav data. If we look in the hood, there's no nav data. So normally on the Shark 3 we have to align it. However, there's a good chance the guy who's done the mission has toggled it to auto align. However, all you need to do, right, first of all, is switch on the AC generators. And then we're going to switch on this navigation system here. Okay. And then we go back to the INU on the right shoulder and switch it on. Now, normally, excuse me. Normally, when we switch this on, we'll have a symbol in the hood that we've got to wait 3 minutes to clear. However, after playing the previous version of this on a different map, that wasn't there. So I think he's enabled auto. Yes, he has. So normally this ribbon, right, won't be like that. You'll get a symbol here and you have to wait 3 minutes. When it's finished aligning, this will pop up, but you have a misalignment between the heading and the trimmer. Okay? And then you have to manually make an adjustment. I can't show you that because this is switched on to automatic. So just bear that in mind. That's the difference, or one of the differences between the three of the two. Once you've done that alignment, then we carry on with the rest of the switches, which is the radio systems up, the data link on there. What number are you running, Pup? Okay, anyone else in Shark? So this is the data link, or Russian equivalent. So we switch it to number 2, turn this to wingman. Okay, and I'll show you what we see with that in a minute. But this will allow different sharks flying together in, say, a formation of 4, or a wing or a winglet. Is it a winglet, a small wing? You get the gist. If you're flying in a group of 4 or a winglet, you can all communicate, send each other targets and data, providing that you're on a different number, 1 to 4, and the radio over here to the left, right here, is on the same frequency. We're on 124. Alright? Once you've done that, we're going to switch on these channels. So you've got pitch hold, bank hold and heading hold. And these work like SAS channels. They smooth your input out. So this is a very smooth flying helicopter. We lift this up and we switch on the seat ejection system. We go to the top and we're going to put on the fire extinguisher. We turn around and we're going to put on the L140 laser. So this uses a laser for the laser guided missiles, and this also works as a rangefinder. So we're then going to switch the countermeasures on, and if we look up to the top, we should see it set. Okay. Right, now we've got everything on. Right, we do not need the APU. So we can switch the APU off. And what you've got to be... excuse me. What you've got to be very careful of is you do not press the stop button. If you press the stop button, right, this is in the right hand engine, you'll switch your right engine off. For that reason, the APU shut off has a red ring around it. So you make sure you press the APU shut off, and you'll see this will start to spool down. You look over to the right, and we're going to just switch the fuel flow down because we don't need it anymore, and then we can drop the APU cover. Okay?
What are you going for next?
Next one along, they're all sort of one after the other by the looks of it.
So, I know what waypoint it is.
Number 5.
Yeah.
So the number is a waypoint, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going after Pinabashi. Right. So now we can actually probably spawn there, but that doesn't matter. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. The standby SAI, which is the power for the standby SAI indicator, is here. We just need to uncage it to activate it. This drifts quite a lot, and as I always say, it's pretty useless. Don't rely on it. You'll be flying along and you've done a turn or two and this thing will be 90 degrees to the floor, but you're not like that. This is the Abris. This is all your main navigation. So if we switch it to nav, we can see where we're going. The SUSP button changes the waypoint. So we keep switching this around. Right, as you can see. Carav, I need to find out where I'm going because it doesn't look like I've got a number reference here. So Carav is where we were. So I'm expecting the next one to be Pinabashi. So hit that again. There we go, Pina. And now we can see where we've got to go. We've also got a north reference, okay? Weapons we got loaded are Vickers, which are laser guided, and missiles. We've got a gimbaled camera called the Schwal in the front there, in that little glass bit, with a laser to the side of it. And that laser is used for range finding and firing those missiles for them to follow the laser. Has anyone got any questions? Okay, so the next bit of this, as you've noticed, it's got two rotors. There is no anti-torque rotor, i.e. no tail rotor, but these two rotors travel in opposite directions. The top one spins one way, the bottom one spins the other way, which basically removes the torque from the helicopter. So that's why you don't need a tail rotor. However, just bear in mind, let me press this button here. Let me not press this button here, let me press this one. Okay.
Now that one's a bit good, isn't it?
So basically, here's my cyclic.
Yeah.
There's my rudder. Here's my collective. Okay. It's flashing B because the brakes are on. I don't want to roll forward. When you start up this helicopter, if you leave, let's turn around again. If you leave the cyclic where it is in this neutral position, the helicopter's going to go backwards. And if it goes backwards, you might not necessarily notice what's behind you, okay? So when you're taking off on a fob, or you just want a straight up takeoff, make sure your brake's on. The reason being is, as you take off, you're going to press or push the cyclic forward. And what that will do is make you start rolling forward. So if you're on this, you'll push it forward and possibly roll off the end into someone else, okay? So it's better to leave the brake on for now. You can take off on runways, you can land on runways, but you need the brake off at that point. The other thing to note, and we'll see some of these things when we go in, this helicopter uses trimming, and it's completely different to, say, if you've ever flown the Huey. So first of all, I'm going to start increasing the collective that you can see on the lower left, and then as we start to get light on wheels, I'm going to push my cyclic forward, okay, and that will stop it going back. Right, you can see where the cyclic is, and now I'm going to hit the button called the trimmer and let go of the trimmer. Okay, I'm going to bring my undercarriage up.
Get those supplies.
Ah, you and your supplies. Right, now we're sitting here and I haven't actually set any hovers or anything. As I said, it's really stable, and what I'm going to do is push the stick forward and make it move, and then I'm going to hit the trimmer button and let go of the trimmer button. Right, so as we start to move, you can see a line move from the center forward. That tells us which way we drift. Okay, it's obvious we're low down on the floor. We can see we're moving forward. We don't need anything to tell us that. So I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is the effect of the trimmer on the helicopter. I am completely hands-free now, I'm going to turn the helicopter round, and if you're new to the shark, if you've just bought a shark or you're going to buy a shark, you need to understand how the trimmer works. So when I press my rudder, nothing. It's barely moving. I have to keep pressing and pressing and pressing, and eventually, look, it will move. If I'm going to move my cyclic, my joystick, the same thing happens. It takes a lot before it will do what I want it to do. If I point over here and I slowly roll over, you can see it's just not reacting to my controls. You see the speed is increased, which is the number in the top left, and the line's disappeared, because that line will disappear at 50k. And watch what happens now. I'm going to let go. We're pointing 70 degrees. We're doing 88. I've let go. Let go of everything. And notice that the helicopter's turning round. It's changed its heading. It's lifted its nose up. It's changing its speed. And now it's going back to where it was trimmed to. What you've got to understand is the trimmer has a 20% control authority. What does that mean? Imagine you've got 0 to 100 on all your controls, right? Your rudder, your cyclic. When you set the trimmer, it controls the first 20% of that range. Okay? So when you try and move, the reason why it's sluggish, and at first people don't like this, is because the trimmer has control of that 20%. So for you to move 1 mile faster forward, or 1 kilometre, you've got to be pressing your stick forward 21% for it to react. So that's why it feels sluggish. It feels like it's fighting you, okay? And that's the problem. So what do? And one of the interesting things with this, and the Apache does the same thing but with different numbers, is that when you press the trimmer, it disengages the trimmer. So you press the trimmer button, it stops the trimmer from working. So what you do is you press and hold the trimmer, and I'll show you what I mean. I want to turn left and point where the green line is. So I press, hold the trimmer, adjust the helicopter, which reacts instantly and very smoothly, as I pointed out. I correct for the line that I want. I put my nose down a little bit to speed up. I let go of the trimmer button, and you'll see that diamond snap to where the triangle is. The triangle is the heading, the diamond is the trimmer. Let go, and then I relax my joystick. And now my helicopter's travelling in the direction I want. I've got no hands or feet on anything. It just does it. If it's going too high, which this is, I'm going to drop my nose by just easing off the collective a little bit. And you'll find there's a point where you can balance, right, the climb rate and the speed. And you'll see soon, right, this will stop increasing. This might drop a little bit, but you can basically balance them out. So a little bit less collective, nose drops. When the nose drops, the speed increases. When the speed increases, the height increases, because you're moving, you're inducing lift. So you can balance it in there, okay? So that's not too bad. It's moving a little bit, and if it was a problem, I'd just adjust it out. But I'm doing nothing. If you set this to roll, and you let go of your trimmer, right, it will literally roll permanently, just go around in circles. What you've also got to remember is those two pairs of blades. Those two pairs of blades control all of the, well, they are all of the flight control systems. So everything, your rudder, your pitch, your roll, goes through those. Okay? So it's all, once you set your trim, it's all trimmed. You want centre stop trimming ideally, and what that means is once you've set your trimmer, by releasing the trimmer switch, you need to relax your grip on your stick.
Correct
and get it back to the centre. Otherwise,
14 kilometres out.
otherwise you're going to find that you're not able, right, to you're not, oh, what was the word? That confused me. Oh yeah, you must reset your grip on the trimmer. Just relax it so your real life joystick goes back. If you don't, you'll have no input to the helicopter. So for instance,
I don't know what it is, but every time I rearm, the arms not really arm up.
what I'm going to do here, I don't know them, I'm afraid, matey. Are you on the F-18 or the 16?
16.
Yeah, I don't know it. Sorry, Sting, I can't help you. So, for instance, if I press my stick forward like this, right, can you see I've pushed stuff all? I'm going to let go of the trimmer. That's trimmed. Watch. I am now moving my stick in real life all the way around my head, the range of the joystick. Can you see nothing's changing? And I've got no input to this whatsoever. As I relax my grip, watch the stick do a jiggle when it hits the middle. There. And now I've got control of the stick again. Alright? So just bear that in mind, and once you can get that in your head and you understand it, you'll find this is a really damn good helicopter. Alright? The other thing is, if you learn how to use the trimmer on this, the trimmer on the Apache works in the same way. Hey Dampy. It's there, matey. Yeah. It's there. Have you? Yes. It's already there. I have mentioned it and gone through it. That's fine. It's not the best thing to see in this terrain, is it? Right, let's get a little bit lower. Let's speed up a little bit. And I'm going to have to take this off because you see, when the sun visors down, it's very difficult to see this from here. So I'm going to take that off for a bit. What I want to show you, I can turn this up. You're right, Dampy, how are you? Is as we move forward, look what happens to the blades on the right. So as we move forward, lift is induced on the top blade on the left hand side. The bottom blade goes the opposite direction. Therefore, lift is induced on the right blade. What that does is pushes those blades together. And in real life, this is what can happen on the Shark. You'll get something called the blade strike.
I made a script for APCs IFV so that they will bring infantry into combat and fight.
Oh, that's quite good, isn't it? You'll have to... have you got multiplayer missions that you've got? You'll have to let me know, Dampy, and... we'll have to give it a look at some point. Oh, Germany. Do you know I haven't got that map? I know why you've got it. I haven't got that. I don't know if anyone else has it, because it's Cold War, I guess. Right, so we're heading off over here. I'm a little bit too high, to be honest. Countermeasures 1 to 8. If I pop, you'll see it'll let countermeasures out to both sides. That warning is do something, because you're straining the engine and there's a chance you'll get a blade strike. So push the... all you got to do is push the trimmer in. Yeah, fair enough. It's just the map. I might get it eventually, but I'm a bit behind on maps, to be honest. So to get rid of that beeping, all you got to do is push your trimmer in, right? Hold it in, lift your nose up, drop your collective, right? It'll reduce your speed. It'll take the loading off the rotors, and you'll be all right again. Okay. When you are flying at speed, if you fly really fast, remember what I said about all your flight control systems going through the rotors. What that will do is if you do a sudden turn in the helicopter, it will force those rotors even closer together. So you've got to be really careful. Just checking where I am. Distance 72 degrees, distance 52k. I'm alright for a bit. Especially if I lift myself up and go over the trees. I'm going to start dropping down behind hills and things, which is why I can't really have the visor on. So I'm adjusting and the helicopter responds exactly to what I'm doing, and you'll see when I let go of the trimmer button, because the diamond will snap to the triangle. What we got down there, pup?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you're still on the way? Alright. Oh, there he is, way over there. Right, the other thing about this, which is really, really good, is when you've got a cup of tea, right, you can just drink it without worrying too much about your helicopter. So I've got my hand on the collective because I need to just raise its climb rate a little bit for some things, but I can drink a cup of tea while I'm going along. You can't do that in the Huey. Not easily anyway, and my left hand flight isn't anywhere near as good. So we're just coming up to where we took earlier, which of course I'd forgotten about. So you can see that there on the left. So we can land there now and spawn there, but at least it's given me time to go through those things. Sorry about the ASMR slurping. Trying to drink this as fast as I can. Very often my cups of tea will go cold while I'm playing this, as I'm sure all of you know. Today I'm going to have to jump off at 1 o'clock. I'm giving the other half a lift. You can see on here I've drifted a little bit. However, if I click my nav button...
Anybody got eyes on that sun?
No.
I'm going to shoot it up in a minute, so keep your eye out.
Yeah, I can see it. It's just a case of getting something on it.
If anybody wants to join in, you're more than welcome, by the way, but I will require you to jump onto TeamSpeak. Ideally, and then I'm happy to give you the password. And then as far as I'm concerned, you can come and play on the map as much as you like. The only thing I ask is don't mess around, otherwise it's banned, and that's it. So how far away are we? 38. So the weapons that I've got, maximum range at normal level is about 7.1 kilometers. It is possible, if you fly a lot higher, to fire these missiles up to about 9.5, but you might have to be 1,800 meters, which is probably 5,000–6,000 feet, to be able to get that sort of range out of them where you're just using gravity. Anyone got any questions on the Shark? It's all very quiet in chat. So hopefully we'll get there and shoot something today. Let's turn around a little bit. Trying to work out what sort of hills this thing's behind. Which island's this we're on at the moment? Ah, that's it. I couldn't remember the name. And then there's a ton of stuff on the mainland as well, isn't there? This is just, it's a little bit more forgiving than when we were last playing on Cyprus. Or seems to be. Let's have a look at the main map. So you can see there's hills here, look.
Rifle.
Gives us some level of protection. The only problem is you can see that's outside my range. Unless I'm really high, and I'm not going to go really high because we've got SAMs there. There's a ridge down here, and this ridge will give you a lot closer, which it could be where Pup's heading, I'm not sure. You going on the northern ridge, Pup, towards the sea so you can get an overlook? Or I thought you might have been. Because it looks like the other ridges are just that little bit too far away, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can see where he's going there. And then you can look down on the
Got
targets.
him. That's the SA-15 down.
And you need to be... Oh, that's miles, isn't it? Let's go from here. You need to be sort of within this range here, really. Oh, shit. You know what I've just done, don't you? Bollocks. I was that busy looking at the map, my helicopter's crashed. What a divvy. Right, in that case, I'll jump into this place. I can't believe I've done that. And get the same helicopter. I'll start it up without any description, which will be a lot quicker. And that's an Apache, I don't want that. Shark 3. It's a good helicopter, this is, but unfortunately it doesn't fly through solid things while I go, but never mind. Right. When you're not talking your way through it all, it's relatively quick startup, to be fair.
Oh, getting lag.
Getting lag?
Got frozen in.
That's because you ain't got the heating on yet. Anyone else getting any problems?
Yeah, it's been pretty laggy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wonder if I'm running...
Since the crash. Or the comms interruption.
Oh, really? That's a bit odd. Let me just try something. Let me just do a quick test. Those on YouTube will see exactly what's going on, but where's my speed test? It's here somewhere. There it is. Sorry, we had a bit of a comms interruption earlier. And what I want to see is whether it's running properly or there's an issue. No, it's fine. I can tell straight away. Okay, there's no comms issue at the moment. That doesn't mean to say that I couldn't do with more memory in the little machine.
Oh, yeah.
Comms is running at just under 2 gig either way with a 4 millisecond ping, so that's fine. So it might be that I need to upgrade from 32 gig to 64. Previously, when it was running this map, it was just sitting at about 23.
You'd be happy at 32, wouldn't you?
You would assume it would be, because there's nothing else going on the machine. Mine's fine, but that's why I was wondering whether anyone else is getting problems as to whether it's, you know, local or, you know me. Right, anyway, right, blah, 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 blah. That's on. Right, okay, fuel flap. That's on, that's on. That's on. Just wait for the APU to spool up. Right. If anyone's got any questions while I'm doing that, please shout out. I'm not too far away from where I was before, so it's not too much of a problem. I should have paid attention more. But hey. Just watch out for these exhaust gas temperatures when you hit this lever. Just lets you know that everything's going fine, he says. We'll pop that on for now, so you can see there's nothing there yet. Just make sure I've got those weapons on. Yep. Okay, we'll start the next engine. Who's trying to kill the troops? It's not us, is it?
It's them. They got shut down trying to deliver the troops.
Is that MI-28?
No, they got shut down by ground units.
I must admit, the way the missions work is very good, to be honest. You know, the way they react to stuff. I take it this has got EWRs all over the place as well. Let's put this on.
Electrics on battery. Doppler navigation system fairly low. Now data.
As I said, it didn't really take too long. It's only when I'm explaining stuff that it takes longer, to be honest. It's just a case of trying to remember all the buttons. What's that one?
Cool, SA's down.
But we're going to Pinash. There we go. That's it. while I'm here, I'm a little bit closer. I'm going to switch the weapon system on, which is this little toggle under here. And I'm also going to arm my weapons, right, which is the little zebra one there. Okay.
Right, there's one SA-15 left over there that I'm trying to find. Apart from that, I think it's all closer range stuff.
Take out those ZSU 23s, please.
And G. There we go.
Cherry on top of that as well.
Oh, those sprinkles too.
I don't think we'll get sprinkles. We're not in Spain. And I think she's died. Oh,
Get those supplies.
oh shut your hole, you and your suppliers. Okay, so we're back to where we were, more or less. And we're just a little bit further away, but not much. So we should be able to get there reasonably quickly. Note to self.
Have you had DJ Dave today?
I have, but DJ Dave was out of a job.
Sorry.
All the landings were nice and smooth.
Yeah, I'm dead.
How come you dead, pup?
Not paying attention.
What you mean, like me?
Oh, that's hard.
Well, you just sat there and let me get killed by the ZSU 23s.
Yeah.
You might have been eating a sandwich.
Because I didn't see them.
You were looking in the wrong direction then.
Yeah. And I was too far away.
Don't worry, pup.
We're not blue
I was looking at the map, pup, and then suddenly I heard wheels, lower gear, and I was like, why am I lowering my gear? And I went back to my helicopter, and I didn't have one anymore. So I was just going to say, note to self, when flying a helicopter in terrain, pay attention. But it's nice to see, right, that we do things like this, because when people are learning and doing it and they do things like that, we do it as well, so it's fine. We all make mistakes, we all do things wrong. But it's taken hours and hours and hours of practice to do that. Right. I'm surprised you didn't hear the squirrels talking. Mind you, you're at a disadvantage because I bet you wouldn't understand them, would you, this time?
I was too high on the squirrels.
Ah, right, okay. Right, how far are we? 32 kilometres. Right, now I've got to be careful this time. Let's not point down. So we're 32 kilometres away, but ideally we need to be over this side. I should do all this beforehand. We want to be over here somewhere around by that airport. So let's head towards that airport, which is 55 degrees, which is this direction. So we can go around the back of these rocks here, I reckon. Why is it heading that way? Not that way, this way. There's a little drop. So I reckon if we go over this bit here, we won't be too high, hopefully. Or we can go around there. Don't want to go much faster than this because I know the blades are going to be really low down, like together, as you can see. So I can't do any real sudden movements. Time 11:49, that's fine, I should have time. And also check down here, I did put it to number 2, otherwise it causes a clash. Did I? Is that a number 2? Yeah. I'm going to aim for that base initially. According to this, looks like there's a ridge, and we'll go over the top. Now that will give me cover from the site we're going for there. And then it's a case of playing with the mountains, using the terrain to protect us. I haven't got time for the A10 this week, but next week I'll jump in and I'll go through it. But I'll go through it and then a little bit more through it. See if I can talk Pup into doing it as well. I know there's a couple of people who are learning the A10. But there's some things you won't necessarily pick up, so I'll try and cover those as well. Did I put my gear up? Yes, I did. I have a habit sometimes of forgetting to do it because my gear's on literally on the keyboard G. Let's go around this side here so I don't have to go quite so high. And watch the pylons, of course, they're running down there. Now I can see them. If you crash your main body of your helicopter into the cables, you will spark a bit. Right, did you hear that then? So that is something that you don't get on the Shark 2. You don't get that warning at all. That showed me who was firing and where they're firing from. The only problem is that I don't know whether it's friendly or not. So this is why people declare what they're doing. So when he said rifle, I thought, right, I'm not going to have to avoid. It's coming in from that way. Where are we? So I'm over here. So once I get over this hill, then I can fly along just below the ridge. And then let's try and get on the extent of where I'm going to fire from rather than too close.
Another SA8, I don't know where they're all coming from.
SA8 factory up the road. You'll probably find there might be somewhere sending those SA8s in, I don't know. See, this does give us some pretty damn good cover. So there was an air base down here, wasn't there? Oh, look, speeds up. I'm not going to look at my blades at the moment, just pulling my nose up and reducing the collective. Hopefully there's no ships, otherwise they'll catch me up. Right, where am I? Right, okay. So make sure we got enough height. And I'll start slowing down a little bit because I want to find out exactly where I want to be. Okay, nose is pointing down. Let's just bring the nose up a bit so I don't end up gobbing into the floor. I need about 7k, 10k. So it's just past that airbase, which I should be going over shortly. I've got a number on there, of course. You can see I'm 12k to target. So if I can sit round about 7.5k, I am going to have to go up quite a bit higher, and that means the target's going to be a little bit lower, so I'll have a little bit more carry. Here's the airbase, I think. Is it? No, it could be just a factory. So we're on 10k. This thing travels faster than the Apache as well. And the Apache is really good, but I always find anything with...
Rifle, I don't know if it's going to hit that M8 in time or not.
I always find that if it's a two-player module, ideally it's much better with 2 players. You get the most out of it, rather than playing it as one. Okay, here's the distance, look, 8.4, 8.5. Let's start slowing down. Lifting my nose up, dropping my collective. You see my height dropping and my speed slowing down. Don't want to get too much. This will VRS just as good as the other helicopters or VRS.
I'm going to head back to base and land, cashing some of these points.
Tomcat, not at all, I'm afraid. I do apologise. I do have it. I think I've started it up once. So I really am not that deep. However, anybody in chat quite familiar with a Tomcat? If you are, shout up or ask your question. There may be somebody it's really nice. As I said, there's a few of them really.
Convoy directly off your nose, probably about 5 to 8 clicks away.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah. It's a Cobra and SA-19 and Tiger.
5 clicks. Right, excellent. So that's going to be a bit shit, isn't it? It's... yeah, hideout and... yeah. Just down this road in front of me.
I'm kinda deepish into it, but far away from mastering it.
Oh yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? A lot of the modules are like that. There's knowing how to fly it, and there's really using it as a tool, so to speak. Yeah, a couple of the guys who I know knew it really well aren't on. Anyone know the Tomcat really well? No, the answer is there by the looks of it.
Finding ground targets with the lantern with Chester without being able to mark targets on map.
Ah, right. What was that? Was you saying, Sting, that you know the Tomcat or not?
No, only the four-legged version.
Ah, fair enough. Gotta kill some people.
Put the lantern with Jester in snowplow and then hope to see some targets and let Jester search for targets.
I don't know. The one guy who I do know knows the Tomcat isn't on at the moment, unfortunately, and it looks like none of the viewers are responding. So I'm afraid I might not be able to help you out there. So what I want to do is try and use this building because it's fairly sturdy. and then try and find these targets. Right, if you use the little indicator I mentioned earlier to slow down, look, you've got quite a lot of control over your speed. And then when you hit the...
Under attack.
Is that you guys shooting or not? I'm being lased. Was anybody shooting then?
With that combined with a server without target marking,
Under attack. Warning. Under attack.
Okay.
Warning. Under attack.
Yeah, I've got something off to my right hand side. Now I don't know if it's that convoy, because I can't tell where they are yet. Right, okay, if I hit my auto hover... no, I'm using head tracking. It's using something called AIM XYZ. If I was using VR, my head would be all over the place. Right, I'm going to release the Schval. Pull this down. Now, I was getting warning under attack from over here somewhere. It could be that the targets have already gone past. Can you see? Yeah, they're in front somewhere. Oh, for God's sake.
I get the heck of motion sickness as I try VR.
Yeah, so as I'm sort of trying to get slowed down, I've got nothing left in here now, look. So I must have got down to this building just as they were coming over. Excellent. So what shot me was these coming down. Look, now I can see them. Now they've shot me. Ah, that's a bitch. And I think I'm here. I think, or was. So there you go. That's the little convoy. I couldn't do much apart from just fly away. I didn't realise how close they were. And they still managed to shoot me from where I am. If I would have been round on this right hand side, might have been better. But they still managed to do it. I'm dead, by the way. If you notice, my helicopter sits there perfectly. But you can see by the blades, I'm just like sitting in there dead, and the helicopter will just sat there now until it runs out of fuel. It is a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, motion sickness. Trying VR once, there's a good chance that you will get motion sickness, right? Now, everybody will get an amount of motion sickness when they first start, because it is such a weird thing, especially when you are not physically moving, but your body seems to think it is. For instance, when you get into a helicopter in VR, as you take off, your stomach will drop like you're going over a humpback bridge. I don't know where you're from, but in the UK we have canals, and the bridges over canals are tiny, very short, very up and down. I can't now, unfortunately. GCI, I can't explain it. I don't know whether any of the others can. Yeah, someone said, is that Camel in the A10? It's alright, I was just watching you drop through the floor and back up again. Right, okay, I'm with you. I don't know yet. It's alright, when you were basically coming along the runway, you were under it for a bit. Yeah, it's... Yeah, what you need, right, ideally, is you need to try it multiple times, and then you'll find after a bit you'll get used to it in DCS. If you jump into a nice safe thing is a P51 or TF51, and when you first sit in there in VR and look, you realise how wide your wings are, and when you start to turn, right, when you're in the air, you'll realise how difficult, right, and how effective it is, and you will feel queasy. And the trick is, do it, and as soon as you start to get too hot, because you'll find this heat thing comes.
Is a method where radar stations on the ground relay airborne targets.
Thank you. Yeah, who looked it up. Hey, Grizzy, how the hell are you? And now Grandad comes in. Yeah, so Grandad, for instance.
Yup. VR made me sick for 2 days when I first tried it. Long.
Yeah, Grandad wasn't very good. His son took to it. After a very short while, you'll find your brain will adapt. And then there's certain things, right?
I need a lot of money, a pilot license and planes.
Oh, you won't. After a certain while, you'll be fine. However, there will be certain things that will cause you problems. Now, I'm just trying to have a look to see what it's worth doing. What time is it? 12:06. Yeah, Liz. Just one moment. Can you pop up?
At Drake over 48, so in this case, the mix will be able to talk to the radio stations for intel.
Yeah.
Come and say hello. User left your channel. Right, let me get back onto here.
Who am I saying hello to?
Have a look.
Let me have a look.
And don't spend hours talking.
Grandad Hugo said, hello Melanie.
Yeah, look, just 3 above Grandad, down the bottom.
Down the down the bottom, 1, 2.
XYZ it said, I fake it's the Russian method.
Grizzy.
Hey, Grizzy.
Obviously Grandad, otherwise he'll get upset.
And Grandad too, and everybody else who loves me.
Everybody else who loves me. Jesus wept.
All my fans out there, hello.
All your fans, you haven't streamed for years, Lise. You got no fans.
Jealous.
There's only your mum.
Hey, my little fan club, and you're jealous, and you're jealous.
And us who don't.
Kev, you just keep winding me up. Just wait
Right.
till I see you.
969 said, hi Lisa, I hope all is well with you.
I'm well, Grizzly. I'm good.
Not Grizzly, Grizzy.
Grizzy, just shut it, you.
Jeez.
I'm Grizzy.
Has anyone got any AI updates for my AI? Right, I'm just jumping in this again. I've already gone through the startup. If anyone needs anything answering, please ask, and I'll try and help you.
Yeah, I'm very good, Grizzly.
In a strange direction, sound and sound-wise.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not on Discord. I'm on TeamSpeak. I also use 2 mics. So Saggy Naggy's standing over to my left side, and you can hear like from the left side or all the way over to the right. So yeah, it gets a bit, ASMR-y. Right, okay, we'll put the APU on. Yeah. I'm going to jump back into this because I'm going to try and take something to help over that back end. Hopefully I can get there reasonably quick. We'll see.
I'm going to go stop getting ready.
All right, darling. Did you?
What? What's the matter?
Could I have a cup of tea first,
you can.
please?
Let me get ready first.
Oh, man.
Tears and stuff.
Yeah. Man. All that training, all those years.
No.
20... Oh, I missed that then, did you say? I let go before it got to 12. Try again. Hold it down.
That's from the UK, without saying it. XD.
Yeah, we are. but we're from two different places. I'm from the Midlands, Yam Yam, as they say, Black Country, which you'd have to Google it, and Lisa's from London way, so she's more Cockney.
Kev said, I have a question.
Oh, go on then. Go on, Kev. I'm waiting.
I'm just going to duck out for 10-15 minutes, grab a drink and stretch your legs.
Difficulties sorting out English dialects, but I can kind of sort out the greater region.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, there's quite a lot of different dialects. Right, as I said, I'll be going just before 1 o'clock, but the mission will carry on anyway.
I think your AI might have some malware on it.
It's certainly not malware, more malware, isn't it? Right, let's pop this on, which I forgot. Pop this one down, this one
Kev
down.
said, why do you always go into a hover in the shack when finding targets? Surely it makes you a sitting duck every time.
It on there, yes, but once what the plan was to use the terrain, right? I wasn't aware there was anything coming down till they told me, which was a bit late, and then I just tried to go around. It does make you a bit of a sitting duck, but flying around when you've got SAMs is not the greatest thing. And the ones that are moving, if they're on the ground, you can get under them sometimes. But yeah, I always use it. It's a lot more stable platform. And then I was going to use the hill and then bob up and down. It just is. I mean, if I tried to do anything but, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah. The laser's pointing straight out, so there's no way I'd be able to fire the weapons that I could use whilst moving, really. Not very well. I'd have to fly straight at the target and wait for the missile to get there. And then if the missile's not pointing at the target, the laser's not pointing at the target, it won't go to the target. It just flies straight down the line and that's it. And if you're not pointing at it by the time the missile reaches, you're not going to hit it. So what I want to do here, by the way, now that both of these engines have started, is take something over to sit at the back. That's the plan. Right, let's put the Jennies on. Take that one off up there. And what else?
You need to keep the target in Shivero, and if found,
That engine's not on yet. Guess what? Yeah, it's really difficult. Let's bring this back down as well. Let's actually start that, shall we? Although I've got no APU on at the moment, will it start without it? Yes, it will. No, it won't. Oh man, what have I done this time? That wasn't good, was it? That's because I took the engines down, took the APU off, because I'm a bloody idiot. Right. Let's see if I can get the APU back on. See if it works. I forgot to start my right engine, which is a bit of a not great, is it? Put that back on. Engines are still up. Right, engine 2 needs starting. Right, engine 2's there now. Yeah. Right, now let's slide these down. Make sure, and there we go. No, I can switch that off, and we should be good to go. Right, okay, power, Eggy. Okay, put that on and bypass on.
Start video for the scene of 130, being like 8 minutes into the video and not a single engine running. We would use that cold start much on the PM, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. Mind you, IL2, they had a B17 mod in there, and that was a 4-engined one, and it's a lot of button pushing. But yeah, I think it's one of those things. It's like when I'm explaining something, you know, if I explain the startup, it takes a hell of a lot longer. But once you know the startup, and you can get things going quite a lot quicker, really, to be fair. Right, now what do I need to take, and why's that got a message on it? What's it telling me? Parking brake, yeah, that's right. Parking brake is on. So, Sting, you got a MiG after you. Coming in hot, coming in to merge is at your... You've gone.
Yeah, you got me.
So, what are we going to take?
Yeah, something got me too.
I'd like to do a bloody bombing thing, but I can't get in.
Yeah, the thing is, you've got just over that hill, you had a little convoy, and there's an SA-19 sitting there on that convoy as well. So that doesn't help. So he'll be attacking you.
Something with guns got me.
Over the hill.
Yeah, where was I? I was like, oh yeah, it's probably that MiG-29, I would think.
Yeah, right. The other thing is, there are EWRs, right, which basically are giving them all the communication. Do we know where the EWRs are?
No.
Because if there was no EWRs, we wouldn't get everything attacking us. There's not that many targets left on here, to be fair, is there? In general, you know, there's only about 5 sites. Thanks, darling. What you up to, Grizzy?
You should be able to cold start your modules, but I don't need to do it every time. But if it takes some 10 minutes of fiddling around in a cockpit, no, I won't buy it.
No, I understand that.
Rifle?
Most things are less than 10 minutes. A10C, you're waiting on alignment, which is 4 minutes, 8 seconds. If you don't do fast alignment on the F-18, then you can be waiting longer. And if you do a slow alignment on a Shark 3, you can be waiting longer as well. I'm just wondering what to take over that we should be able to pop it out here on the road and then send it over. Stu, I'm going to take some over in the Chinook, drop it off at the end of that mountain range by the road, and then that will give control, won't it, that we can just drive that anywhere then?
Yeah, if you're in Bunzi, you can drive it from tactical.
What do you want? What would you suggest?
To ambush.
Sort of thing, yeah.
Couple of
What was that again, sorry? Oh, linebacker, okay.
Just finishing up the racing season as a flag marshal.
Oh, excellent, matey.
point there, the convoy and the
Right, so it's 2 crates for a Bradley. So I should be able to pick up 2, I think.
yeah, you can get Bradley in.
Let's just check before I do anything if my back door's not open. Ah, it is good. Can you only get 1 Bradley in?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I can imagine. They've stopped, have they, for the moment? Right, I've got a Bradley in. And what was the other thing you wanted? Some troops?
possibly infantry. If it was a moving convoy,
I'll see if I can get another one in. Get crates. Previous support. I keep going through these all the time, don't I? Sam AA, no. Anti-tank. Bradley, getting load. Okay, I got 2 Bradleys in, matey, but we'll see whether I get there or not, eh? Right, so we got 8 crates, no, 4 crates in there, and this is going to be heavy. I need to go, if I can get them to the road at the end of the mountain range, probably. That'll probably be a better place to start them from. There's a road to get round. It'll lead into town and go from there, I guess.
yeah, because like it'll be able to shoot you on the way in.
Yeah.
If you can use the terrain for cover.
Yeah. So I've got 32 kilometres, 47 degrees. Right. Oh, I can tell it's a bit heavier now. Jesus. Right, what was the angle I wanted? 40 odd degrees. Oh dear, this is heavy. Hopefully we'll burn some fuel by the time I got there. Oh, shut up about your supplies. This is very heavy. I assume that's the mountain range I'm going to. Yes, it is. Just got to be careful and hope the MiG doesn't come. I haven't got too long left now. It's 12:23, but it might be enough. This is the service passworded. If you want to fly, pop into TeamSpeak. Happily give you the password. It's Syria. So we're on Cyprus at the moment. And this helicopter weighs a ton. Gonna have to be really careful dropping the tanks. So I just need to get to the edge of that mountain range. I do like the water. The water effect's really nice. Colours are good. Yeah. It should have everything available, basically. It's a Foothold server, so it's persistent. You've got quite a lot of features on the missions. Obviously, a lot of them are scripted, like, you know, the crates for this. If I turn around and look, you know, there's obviously nothing in there. The weight of the nothing is applied to the helicopter, which is why it's so bloody heavy. I've got effectively the weight of 2 Bradleys in there. So I think I'm off in the right direction. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. By the dynamic cargo via the not sure. The thing is, it's scripted through CTLD, and usually that's just a defined file, isn't it? You can see the crates outside, but I did a get and load. Yeah, I can feel the weight, and they'll pop out my backside when I get there. If I get there and I don't gob it, which is always a possibility in this thing when it's loaded. Anyhow, welcome to the channel, by the way, for some of you who've just recently joined. I didn't explain how to start this thing up that time round. I usually do, but it's only the first time. So if you are interested in how to start it up properly and without making a mistake, you'll find it at the beginning of the video. Stream it to YouTube in 4K and oh man, Twitch in 1080p. The only problem is when you stream to YouTube in that resolution, the response time to any chat you type in is about a minute before I get to see it, so it's not great. But the chat on here is instant, but you can certainly see the difference. You'll see what I see. So I'm trying to stay low, fairly innocuous. So all I've got to do is get these tanks up to that bottom of that mountain. There's a road there. Oh yeah, the Huey is brilliant, and I must admit he's probably the oh yeah, DJ Dave, there he is, just sitting there waiting. The Huey is by far the best helicopter to learn on, and it's the one you'll get the most fun out of. And if you can learn to fly that and then master it, it just makes flying other helicopters a lot easier. The Chinook, when it first come out, was horrible. The wallow on it, and the fact that your stick was always the opposite to what you wanted to be doing, because it was like balancing on a jelly, and the reaction time was really slow. Since then, they've added other bits in, and it makes this much more controllable. There's a couple of things that are not quite nice the way VRS is. You need, as Mr. Camel says, far too much power to come down than he thinks you should. Camel is a helicopter pilot, so I'm happy to listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. But with the system switched on down here, right, this thing flies so much better and is much more controllable, whereas originally it was all over the place. There's still a couple of issues I found, like when you come in to slow down and brake it, it just flies up suddenly too much, but I don't know whether that's just the nature of the positioning of the rotors or what. I am going quite slow at the moment because it is extremely heavy, and it's amazing how this thing can VRS from such a low height. Just when you think you're okay, it plops to the ground. So we're not too far off, I don't think. No, I need to go slightly more to the left. I think there's some little mountainy thing over this ridge here. I'm assuming the targets are where they are, yep, at that airbase. time is it? 29 minutes past. I'll be flying streaming Star Citizen tomorrow. I don't know what time from, at some point for a couple of hours or so. I expect the new patches either dropped or will do soon, but I'm not interested in the new stuff that comes in, to be honest. I just want to see stuff that should have worked years ago working. Excuse me. So it's quite difficult to suddenly manage with my left hand then. So these 2 tanks that I drop off will be drivable by anyone who's got a combined arms. Sorry about that, I was just coughing. That's why it goes quiet, and I'll remember to switch it back on again. Unfortunately, I can't read the numbers on this, and I can't read the text on the screens either. So I don't know how far away I am. Can't read my speed. Can't quite see the direction. It's a nightmare, isn't it? Yeah, I thought there was a ridge. I don't want to rush. Let me go down here. On here you've got everything, but trying to maul tanks around, you know, you're not going to do it in the Huey. Just won't carry the weight. You can take supplies in the Huey, and you can go and sling stuff back, and there's quite a lot to do with all the stuff, to be honest. And you can take troops out, pick troops up. It's just that I've got 4 crates, and a pair of crates weighs 1500k, so I've added 300 excuse me, a 300k to this, which is yeah. I used to write missions years ago, but every time there was an update to DCS, especially back in the day, everything broke. And you would get used to spending time on something, then it will break, and then you got to fix it, then it'll break next time, and so on and so on. And it just became, you know what, I can't be bothered. And so I taught somebody else how to do it and let him do it. I haven't seen him for a while now, but he used to write some missions. Yeah, it is. It's really good. I mean, it's like, I like the way that hey, THC. Why doesn't it want to auto turn to? Have you got it switched on to auto turn? Have you got the switch down on the left hand side, right on the top left, auto turn? Is that switched on? Because each time you put your file away, it will reset and switches it off. So when you do a reset, that will disappear. So just make sure the blue light is lit up. You can tell as soon as you've got it on, as soon as you move your camera, the helicopter will start to move around a bit. I think this is the road into the mountainside. So let me slow down here a little bit, see if I can land without gobbing the helicopter down. Let's make sure I'm in the right place. Not really, am I? Just a little bit far away, although there's roads here. This is the road I want. I could do with creeping up a little bit more, just to make it easier for whoever's driving, because this just adds distance. And as you can see, there's hills as well. So I need to head forward, get past that lake, and then try and get it round here.
Turn switched on and in hover mode. Does it override the heading mode? Maybe I was in the wrong heading mode.
What helicopter, what shark are you flying? And is it aligned? When you look in the hood, right, is the triangle you're heading and the diamond, which is your trimmer, are they aligned? Because there's a problem. Is it something new you've bought not long ago? Okay, I need to go right. The reason why I ask is the Shark 3 usually by default, if you find single player or something, needs aligning, and if you don't align it, the trimmer system and the heading are out by 10 degrees. So when you're trying to get your helicopter to point where your laser is, follow the schwal. Right, okay. So have a look in the hood, right? And check to see that your heading, your triangle, and the diamond, your trimmer, are aligned. Because if they're not aligned, by default, when you start up the Shark 3, you've got a 10-degree difference between the two. So when you switch on your INU, do you have to wait 3 minutes before you can carry on, before you get your hood? I need to be over there a bit, don't I? Do you know what I mean? There's that. Going up a little bit too high, but I want to just get round onto this road which leads into the village, which is down here somewhere. Is it this road? It's the one around the lake. It's not that one, it's this one I'm crossing. Yeah, it is. Right, so I'm going way. No. So, first thing you check is see where your triangle is, right? And see where the diamond is. And you may find that they're 10 degrees out. And this is what I was explaining earlier, but unfortunately on this mission it's been switched to auto align, and I suspect if you're having those sort of problems, that's what it is. Let's check where I am. A little bit too far away. I'm coming into the right area. I think the road's just over here. There's that little village. It's through there, I think. I need to get down and then park. Drop these guys off.
Cliff said, doesn't magnetic deviation need to be set after alignment?
I found the magnetic deviation isn't such a problem. It's set by default. It's not that it needs to be set. It's just that it's that 10 degrees after. I always put it back where it is. But I think that problem he's got... Oh shit, there's a dip there, look. That problem he's got, it sounds very much like there's that 10 degree discrepancy. So the missile sort of and the heading are always pointing away from where your laser's pointing. But that's what it sounds like. And then put it back. So if he's not aware of that process, he needs to learn it. And it's not that big, but you know, you just need to do it. It also causes a couple of other problems as well, I think, to do with the channels. Is it auto start, by the way, that you use, or manual? You got any news on your comms yet, Kev? Trying to keep away from these barriers because they are a pain in the arse.
There's about 100 hours of polishing to get the engine to look like that. Not fun.
No, I could imagine. I was gobsmacked. I was really surprised at how they looked. It's not like you got to polish it by hand, is it? Or have you? Obviously, you've got a polisher, but you know what I mean. Right.
Monday 20th. Not holding my breath though.
Right. Oh, really? That's quite good. Have they dug the road up or anything?
Yes. All done by hand.
I thought you meant to say yes. They dug the road up. Right. This is going to be an interesting one. So let's call this out. Let's go to other CTLD with a spoon. Manage crates. Top crates. There's one. Move slightly. Just moving down here just a little bit so that when this second lot of crates come out, it doesn't go on top of the first lot.
Kev said, not put the cable in yet, hence my doubt on whether it will be done or not.
Yeah, I would poke them with a stick. Okay, if we have a look now, we should. There we go. That's what I'm carrying in the helicopter. 2 of them. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit. I'm not going to drop it down there, or I'm not going to try and drop it down there. Oh, I haven't got my head tracking on. I paused it. Just got over here a little bit. And I think I'm in the right place, and hopefully this isn't tilted too much to the right. That was a bit lucky. There we go. I think they're in the right place. Okay, Stu. I've dropped them off. They're in the right place. I've got to go fairly shortly. Right, let me just jump in, and even though I'd get points and that, do I get points for going back to the base now? Just for dropping off or not? No, that's fine. Let me explain to, who was it who was asking? TH. Right, THC 42. Yeah, that's fair enough. Let's just jump into a base. We'll go here, okay? And I'll quickly show you this because I've got time. Yeah, I'll show it you on here. So the process for this, do you start it up automatically, or do you do it yourself? Do you start it up yourself? I'm not going to be able to show you the actual bit. I'll show you what to do. But this mission, for some reason, has got it switched on to auto align, which is a pain in the ass, really. That's if you're still there, THC. Has my stream stopped?
I don't know, I turned it off.
I don't blame you.
Doesn't look like it.
Alright, it's alright.
Still going.
Oh, cheers. It seems to have disappeared my end. Let's do a F5. Are you still there, THC? Right. Okay, it's 12.
That's why, as it said, so, gonna hop on. Was a fun talk. Greetings from Germany and have a nice
No worries, matey. Did you mean hop off, by the way?
Pedro_McLeod said, you are static.
No, it wasn't the static bit. It was the I think what happens after a while, right, is if you've got lots of windows open, they're not all being updated and refreshed, and it just gives up the ghost. I've noticed it a few times. If I F5 that, let's see what happens. Yeah, that's fine. I see now.
XYZ said, yeah, hop off or going hopping on.
Oh right, yeah. I understand what you're saying. Move on. You're going to move on. Okay. Right, let's go and have a look, see what's going on with everybody else then, because I haven't really got time to do anything. I have literally about 3 or 4 minutes, so I can't do anything. If you notice down here, those Bradleys are on the way now. So...
got to go. Got to fit a security camera.
Alright, Stingy.
Thursday.
See you later.
See you later. Have fun.
Shambles gone, by the way, yes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He buggered off. Right, I'm going to leave my gear up anyway. Obviously the mission is going to keep on running, and it'll be... Oh, you're there, are you? What you're playing? The mission should be up 24/7, and from what I can see, I restarted it at the beginning, right, before I came on, because Stu said they'd done stuff, and it looks like it's saving the position. So I'm not going to keep restarting it. I'll restart it on the weekend. So when it's dark, it's dark. It's there for you to use. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if there's any issues, let me know, because it's plumbed into one of my monitors, and I've only got to flick between my computer and that computer, and if I'm here, I'll do it.
Pedro_McLeod said, "Take it easy, pal."
All right, matey. Yeah, I'll be on later. I might also find that I can do it remotely via the DCS World site. So I'll check that out, and if that's something I can do, then I'll create a WhatsApp group, and then if anyone's got a problem, I should be able to deal with it reasonably quickly.
A what group?
A WhatsApp.
Oh.
It's because, right?
We're really going back to the wheel,
as
aren't we?
soon as I can enjoy the fun.
All right, no worries. No worries for your end. There's very few things, but that pops up on my phone. I don't have everything, but on my own phone it will pop up, and I'll see it quicker than I would if it was anywhere else.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm at work. I won't always hear it because I have to put my phone in the drawer when I go downstairs. So I've got my work phone then when I'm downstairs, not my own phone. So, when I know there's a problem, but I'll test it out anyway. Right, with that being said, guys,
Discord also works on mobile phones.
I've got it on.
Kev said,
I've got it.
Catch you later, buddy.
See you, Kev. I've got it on Platty, but there's no audio, and it's not as obvious as WhatsApp. I'll see that. The Discord stuff I don't see. That's why I've suggested it.
Grandad Yuko said,
right. See you, Grandad. See you, Grizzy, if you're still there. Nice to see you all. Right, everybody else, I'm going to pass you on to somebody else. Let's have a little look. Yeah, oh, you are there, Mr. 42. Check that out on your helicopter anyway and have a look and see what you come up with. It's nice to see there's 177 viewers today. But I think Gash has got all of those by the looks of it. I'm just having a little look. That's JTS Garage. That sounds English. Just chilling and flying. Okay, again, as per, I don't think I've passed to this guy before. So please try and give him some support to encourage him to carry on streaming. Oh, Goddess. You sneaked in just. I'll be on tomorrow streaming Star Citizen, Goddess. But feel free to drop into TeamSpeak. I know, typical, isn't it? I've got to go. I'm dropping Lisa off today to work because it's her working Saturday. A hoe's life is never dull, is it? Anyway, with that. Yeah, I'll be streaming Star Citizen tomorrow if you want to come in. And if you want to come into TeamSpeak, I will be playing games later once I've dropped her off. But I can't fly anymore properly because it knackers my ankles. I know, sound like Donald Trump now, don't I? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching today. I'll be on again next weekend. And I'll try and create some vids in the following week with a bit of luck. Thank